everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bellobraddock.
And I'm Amelia Bellobraddock. And today, new things you must know about Tron before it opens, new free family entertainment at Walt Disney World, and dates for a new restaurant coming soon.
Yes, so let's first talk about, in the news this week, new free stuff. Now, I think I've seen more and more families sort of buying less park days, right? So if they're going for a week, they're only buying a 5-day pass. People always ask, what can I do outside the parks? And we always have lots of great ideas for that.
There's a ton to do, but Disney has now added some new free family
Yes,
entertainment.
they've added a new free thing.
It's rare that Disney adds something free, but they've finally done it.
They do have a lot of free entertainment, so I like to see this one. So first of all, if you have kids, this is a must-do. But if you're a Disney adult kid, it's something you might want to check out too. This is at Disney Springs, and it's called, what is it called? The Disney Springs Kids Club.
Yes.
Big kids count as well.
It's a show that's designed for the entire family, and it takes place at Waterview Park at 10:30 a.m. every Saturday morning.
Yeah, they'll have unique family-friendly acts. So it's kicked off already with Wassalou, which is that, if you've ever been to Animal Kingdom and you've seen that sort of African band that plays in the Africa section near Harambe Market, they kick things off at Disney Springs. But there's more than just that. So they have more than just one act. Even with that one, you can play bongos or dance or play maracas. So it's interactive for the kids as a fun, free show.
Yeah, but there are different styles if that's not your thing. There's also the Flight Crew Jump Rope, which is like a higher energy dance party.
Oh,
and there's
skipping.
And there's some fast jump rope routines with acrobatics
so
and everything.
Kids are going to love that. You
and
would
you
have
can
loved
join
that,
in.
actually.
I cannot jump rope.
Oh, okay. So
I mean, I can,
I would have
but
loved
not,
to watch you try then.
I cannot do it while doing acrobatics. Separately, sure. Together, let's try. But the performers certainly can. And finally, there is also DJ KD Queen, who will be on the stage, hosting games, sing along, and more. So this sounds like a lot of fun for the whole family, especially if you want to let your bigger kids get in there and try some of this stuff.
Yeah, I like how Disney Springs has done sort of for shows temporarily. They've done dance parties, but those were limited time, and they were usually in the evenings. So I like that this is now every Saturday morning.
Yeah,
there's a free entertainment, free interactive show for kids.
It's a lot
at
more.
Disney Springs.
Exactly, I was going to say it's a lot more interactive, which probably helps your kids get a lot of their energy out that they might not be getting out on rides if you're spending the day at Disney Springs. So I think it's a great idea.
I do too. So add it to your free stuff to do outside the parks. Because you don't have to pay admission to do this.
And honestly, I think you could fully spend an entire day at Disney Springs.
Yeah, so it's a good way to start the day there. Go to the little show, then you can grab lunch, go shopping, lots of stuff to do. Eat, eat, eat.
Yes.
Eat, shop would be my rule, as opposed to shop, eat. What would yours be?
I would say...
What comes first?
Shop, eat.
Oh, and drink. So, wait, let me redo this. Eat, drink, shop.
Okay, and now we're starting to sound like Stacy. I, however, would go more for the shop, eat, shop, game, eat.
No drink? That includes your Starbucks that you love to get there, or any other drinks.
No, you don't get Starbucks at... Actually...
You do go to that Starbucks at Disney Springs.
Sorry, I forgot. Disney Springs you do go to, because in the parks, they don't let you get, rewards and stars and all that, because they're little kiosks. But in Disney Springs, it's like a regular store.
A regular Starbucks.
So you get your stuff at Springs. I have to...
All right. Anyway, that is the new free family entertainment, so check it out. All right. Next, Tron. So they're dripping out information here to build anticipation. But this one actually, it's sort of important because this is not just a ride you're going to line up and walk on, apparently.
Yeah. Well, you know what? They are building my anticipation. And I'm anticipating that they do a soft launch during March break.
So we'll wait for that. April 4th is the date. But they did this week release 4 important things you need to know.
Yes. So
Number 1.
First off, there is a virtual queue for Team Blue at Tron. And
now remember, the good guys are Team Blue and the bad guys are the other team. And you can't be a bad guy, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. But
it's settled. We weren't sure, but now we know.
Yeah, they're only a Team Blue. And this is important because there is no standby queue available. In other options, there's both. But this one, you have to do the virtual queue. Usually you can do it in the morning. And then if you miss it, you can try again at 1 p.m. So that's really important to remember. Please don't forget about this because you cannot just walk over and wait 4 hours in line.
Now, we're assuming like other rides, later, months later, they'll open it up. But when it first opens in April, you can't just go line up.
I figured they probably won't even do that until post-summer. So if you want to ride it soon after its release, I would prepare for the virtual queue problem.
So number one important thing of 4 is virtual queue. Number 2, if you don't want to do a virtual queue and you really want to get on.
Yes, there is riding Tron through a individual lightning lane. Because, of course, this is the newest, hottest ride at Magic Kingdom. So, of course, this will be an individual lightning lane, which is where you pay $15 per ride. But it is a sped up line, and that's without the virtual queue.
Now, they haven't actually announced a price.
Oh,
so we're used to $15.
Typically, it's $15.
Could be $20. We don't know.
You're right.
But it'll be in that range for sure. I'd say somewhere between 12 and 20. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm guessing not more than 25.
But if you're going to do this...
Per person.
If you're going to do this, you got to get up early and all that sort of stuff. 7 a.m. like everybody else, waiting on your phone to boom, 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 try to get that line. So you'll have 2 shots, virtual queue and or individual lightning lane.
Yeah.
So there's 2 ways to get on it, but you cannot just go wait in line.
I think you'd probably have a better shot with individual lightning lane, but I don't know. And if you have some older kids or a significant other there, I would honestly try to get both of you doing it if it's something you really want to ride. All right, next up, something else you should know about Tron.
Yeah, we've all seen, videos, and when we were there recently, we saw the ride running, but apparently it's going to be a little bit more aggressive than it looked, because number 3 may lead us to believe that.
So there is a new locker system. So Tron will actually offer a digitized locker to store your bags and loose items while you ride.
It's sort of like they have at
Flight of Passage.
And do they have lockers at Flight of Passage?
Not lockers, but there's like cubbies behind the wall.
No, but these have lockers, which is like
Cali
River Rapids.
Yeah, I compared it to Flight of Passage because in Flight of Passage, like you just stay in the same room, and Tron you like leave. So
oh yeah, good point.
It's locked. Yeah,
so they don't want you to bring stuff on the ride.
Yeah, that's interesting to me. I guess they're kind of worried about you losing, and also it might affect the ride.
Actually, you're right. If the cars are sort of like Flight of Passage, you couldn't wear a backpack in that.
That's what I'm saying. The cars kind of scare me a little bit, but I'm excited. Thank goodness these lockers are free and they're located right within the line. Your locker pairs with your Magic Band Plus, park ticket card, whatever, so you can easily lock and reopen it just with a simple mitt click or tap of your Magic Band in easier terms. And if you don't have any of those, cast members will provide you a card, so no need to worry.
Yeah, so there are little small pouches on the rides, they said, but I mean, I guess if they're Velcro shut, I would be okay putting my phone in there.
I wouldn't.
I don't know. I think
I
we'll
absolutely
use the locker.
would not.
We'll ride it once with the locker. So anyway, it sounds like Disney's not messing around with guests carrying extra baggage, just like an airline. So you're going to put it in the locker.
Because also, if you have like your phone or something in your pocket and it drops out, that could be very dangerous.
And they did say, this is sort of cool, the lockers are double-sided. So I'm guessing that means that when you go in the ride, I'm assuming right before you board, you'll put your stuff in the locker, lock it up, and then when you come out of the ride, you'll be on the other side of that wall. You go to the exact same locker number and take it out from behind.
Disney Imagineers are stepping up their game.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
I'd be interested to see how many lockers there are, like how many lockers they anticipate needing.
It's got to be a locker wall. We'll see. A
massive locker wall. I just think it'd be interesting to figure out how many there are, just figure out how long they anticipate it taking from when you put it in
to when you get it out. And they got to account for the odd breakdown, I'm sure.
Yes, the odd breakdown.
Inevitable when something new launches. And then finally, if you want a memory of your ride,
yes,
there's 2 ways. There's 2 things they're going to give you.
Yes. So first off, there is the classic onboard photo and video, which is automatically linked to your My Disney Experience account.
This is a little bit different. This is why they're telling us it's important. They're going to automatically do it. So you must enable, like there's all these rules. You must enable Bluetooth for your My Disney Experience app on your phone. So wherever you're using it, you better have Bluetooth on and make sure you've logged into the app and that otherwise, it won't be able to automatically give you the pictures for free.
Am I pairing a speaker?
Yeah, you're pairing with the ride, essentially. It's just like Avatar.
Oh, boy. Now I need to watch Tron, too.
And then your device, in this case, will need to ride with you. So do not put it in the locker.
What?
You're going to have to put it in the pouch. So the pouch will have Velcro. We're sort of discovering as we're learning. I mean, I didn't click in before as I was preparing our show notes this week.
The pouch better have a zipper. I do not trust my phone in there, so.
Or there's an easier option.
That sounds like a you problem. Or, yes, the easier problem is to wear a Magic Band, or Magic Band Plus, of course, and that is also linked to your My Disney Experience account. So
so in our case, my Magic Band, of course, is linked to My Disney Experience, so for our family, we'll get the pictures. But if it's not, then you've got to follow all these rules. Check our show notes. We have them all listed there and what you got to do.
Yeah, because I imagine your Magic Band Plus would have a little bit of a harder time falling off.
And then let's end this show with some barbecue talk. Now, I have mixed feelings about this.
Yes, Roundup Rodeo BBQ at Disney's Hollywood Studios opens March 23rd, 2023, because Disney apparently does not like March break travelers this year.
Yeah, this is why I have mixed feelings. Our last day is March 19th, so I'm hoping they do a soft launch.
Why don't you just extend our trip by a week or two? I think that would be a great option.
So now we have to hope for soft launches for us for Tron and the Roundup Rodeo BBQ. But anyway,
which statistically increases our chances of getting one of them.
So this is that they've talked about this for a long time. It's a new barbecue restaurant in Toy Story Land, and I'm really curious about this because barbecue is so all over the map at Walt Disney World. Some is really good, like in Flame Tree Grill's pretty good. Used to be good at Whispering Canyon. Now it's really bad since they redid the menu. So what kind of barbecue are we going to get? We'll see. It is barbecue on site in their own smokers.
Yes.
So they say.
And there is a large variety of different foods.
Do you have any top picks before we sign off?
Some topics. I actually wanted to jump over to the drinks because they have both adult and non-alcoholic offerings. For me, there's a great selection of non-alcoholic offerings, specifically Molly's Frozen Iced Tea, which is just a frosty concoction with iced tea and citrus flavors. This sounds pretty good, especially if it's in the middle of the summer and it's hot at Hollywood and Toy Story Land. That sounds really entertaining. And I also did just want to mention that there is plant-based offerings and salads available if you do not like meat or barbecue that much.
Now, if we're going to the adult craft cocktails, there's some amazing stuff here. There's one called the Snake Eye Margarita, so that is watermelon, smoke, and spice. So I'm hoping they're going to smoke infuse with the smoking gun or something. There's a rum punch. There's a chocolate. But then listen to this one, frozen peanut butter and jelly. So they're using peanut butter whiskey and probably some fruit liqueur, I'm guessing, to make a peanut butter and jelly cocktail. So that one sounds interesting. Whiskey lemonade. Whiskey. Yeah, whiskey lemonade, that would be refreshing. And then there's a rodeo mule, so like a Moscow mule type of thing. Definitely want to try some of those cocktails. Disney, please open this for us.
I want to give a quick shout out to the Buttercup Beef Brisket, which is hand-sliced beef brisket, which is smoked and then slow cooked.
So I'm happy to see it's a hand slice because whenever you see chopped brisket, it's usually bad brisket, and that's why they chop it up.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. And
so that one is going to be telltale for me. If the brisket is good,
I want to try it.
Then everything else is probably going to be good.
Which is my excuse to go to Hollywood. And then they do have some pretty good dessert selections. Specifically, I want to shout out the peach strawberry pie as well as the apple pie. These sound delicious and pretty homey. So I'm excited to try a lot of these meals.
Yeah, and they have ribs and all that other stuff you're expecting. Sausage, barbecue chicken, smoked style.
The menu's pretty extensive.
They have slow smoked cauliflower. So there are really good vegetarian offerings with harissa drizzle and crunchy walnut gremolata. So that actually sounds pretty good. There's a oven roasted bratwurst that's plant-based. So it's not actually bratwurst, and a impossible rib chop. So I have to say, at glance, the menu looks very impressive. The drinks look very good, both mocktail and cocktail. And so far, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
The proof will be in the bites and sips.
Yeah, maybe Disney's just put all of their energy over here, and that's why some other restaurants are to lack. If so, I'm ready.
Come on, Woody. We're hoping you can come through with your barbecue for us.
Yes.
All right, everyone. That is the show for this week. You're all caught up on the latest Disney travel news here at 1923 Main Street. As always, find us online at 1923 Main Street. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next week, and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.